Hello world! Today I'm continue to practice with my English, with my pronunciation and with my reading skills and with my speaking skills, with my special technique that I am developed for myself. It is reading a Bible. Actually, it is reading something aloud. To make it more challenging, I am doing online. I'm very nervous, so take it easy, okay? Let's go. It will be 10 minutes of all testaments of the Holy Bible. Let's go. Let's show the time. Okay. And the God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupt this way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make free and ark of gopher wood rooms shalt. If I'm not sure of with pronunciation, I play the original, okay?
An ark of gopher wood.
Gopher.
Room shalt thou make.
Thou make an ark, and shalt pitch, and within and without with pitch, and his is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of 50 cubits. Let's listen. I'm sorry.
It of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height.
And also, I add the new words to my dictionary. Breadth. Cubits. Locked. Elbow.
Cubit.
Let's go further. Shalt thou make the ark, and the cubit shalt thou finish it above, and the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof with lower second, and the third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, I even do bring a flood of waters upon the earth, and destroy all flesh wherein is their breath of life from under heaven. And everything what is in the earth shall die, but with free will I establish my covenant. I'm so sorry about my computer. It's barely on the edge. Завет.
Covenant.
Establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark,
And thou
and thy
and thou shalt come into the ark. Oh, I'm sorry, I did it again. Oh. They sons wife with free, and every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's go further. Come on, please, computer. Don't do this again. I shall not stop the recording, because if I stop it, it will be necessary to cut the this stuff, and I don't want to do this. Okay. Okay, let's go further. Living things of all flesh, two of every sort shall thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with free. They shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, and of the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing of the earth after this kind, his kind. Two of every sort shall come unto free, to keep them alive, and take thou unto free of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, right? It's thee, and it shall be for food for thee, and for them. Those did Noah according to that God commanded him, so did he. Chapter 7. And the God said unto Noah, Come thou and all the house into the ark, of three have I seen righteous. Computer, please leave computer.
Into the ark. For thee have I seen righteous before me in this
before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of the beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female, of fowls also the air, and sevens, the male and the female, to the keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth for yet 7 days. And I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the first face of the earth. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord had commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went
upon the earth. And Noah went in.
Noah went in the end, his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him unto the ark, because of the waters of the flow of clean beasts and beasts that are not clean, and
and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in two and
fowls, of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in two and two unto Noah, unto the ark, of the male and the female, as the God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th years of Noah's life, in the 2nd month of the 17th day of the month of the great deep broken up, and the window of heaven there opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the self same day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth
and Japheth, the sons of Noah,
and the Noah wife and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping things that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl every fowl after
fowl,
every fowl after his kind, every bird and every sort and every vent in unto Noah into the ark, two and two of all flesh therein, in the breath of life, and there was that in male and female of the flesh, as God had commanded him. And the Lord shut him, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth, and the waters prevailed, and there increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters, and the waters prevailed exceedingly. I am so sorry.
exceedingly,
Upon the earth, and all the night's hills that were under the wall Haman were covered 15 cubits upwards. Did the waters prevailed, and the mountains were covered, and all flesh died that move upon the earth, both of fowl and the cattle, and the beasts of every creeping things that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. All in those nostrils was the breath of the life of all that was in dry land died, and every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both men and cattle, and creeping things, and the fall of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark, and the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Chapter 8. And God remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark, and God made wind to pass over the earth, and the waters
and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the
wedged. The fountains also of the deep and the window of the heaven were stopped, and the rain from heavens was restrained. Restrained, and the waters returned from the earth continually, and after the end of 150 days of waters were abated.
50 days the waters were abated, and the ark
rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat, and the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month of the first day of the month, there the tops of the mountains seen, and it came to pass at the end of the 40 days that Noah opened the window and the ark which he had made, and sent forth a raven, which went forth and to end through until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters there on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her and pulled her in unto him anymore. And it came to pass in 601st year, in the first month of the first day of the month, the waters were dried up up from off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the second month of the 7th and 20th day of the month was the earth dried, and God spake unto Noah, saying,
The earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying,
Go forth
Go forth the ark, thou and thy
of the ark, thou and thy wife, and
thou
thy sons and thy sons' wife.
Noah, saying,
Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife,
what thou and thy wife, and thy sons and thy sons' wives with thee, they bring forth with the every living thing that is with thee of the flesh, both the fowl and the cattle, and and of every creeping things that creep upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly.
may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and
Abundantly
multiply.
on the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creep upon the earth, after their kinds, went forth out of the ark, and Noah builded an altar. I'm sorry, I got my Chrome crashed. Built an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast and every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings to the altar
Upon the earth.
And Noah went forth, and his sons and his wife. And Noah went forth, and his son.
That creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundant.
fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons and his wife's sons with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creep upon the earth, after their kinds, went forth out the ark. And of I got here.
And offered burnt offerings on the altar.
Offered burnt offerings on the altar, and the Lord smelled with a sweet savor. And the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground, and more for man's sake, for the imagination of the man's heart is evil from his youth. Never will I again smile, and more every living things, as I have done while the earth remaineth seed.
I have done, while the earth remaineth, seed time and
seed time. Remaineth seed time and harvest, and cold and heat,
harvest,
and summer in winter, and day and night shall not cease. Chapter 9. And the God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and and the fear of you and their dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon the fishes of the sea. Into your hand, and very delivered, very moving things that lift shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you. All things but flesh with the life thereof, which is blood thereof shall ye not eat, and surely your blood of your lives will I require to the hand of every beast. I will require it and the hand of the man, at the hand of every man's brothers will I require the life of the man whoso sheddeth
Man, whoso sheddeth man's blood,
whoso sheddeth man's blood, sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of the God made he man, and you be fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth of, and multiply therein. The God spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you, and they every living creature that is with you, of the fowl of the cattle. Okay, we are done for now. Whew. I got my Tengo ripping with those words. So I like it very much. That's why I'm doing this. So thank you for watching. If you are still with me, I'm sure you're not, so please subscribe. If you are, it will help a lot me. Thank you, goodbye. And we are done.